Hello there, and welcome back to Aqua Plays Dragon Age Origins. Last we left off, we had just gone through Redcliffe and made a deal with the demon to get it to leave Castle alone for right now, but Arl Eamon is still sick and in need of a cure, so we are going to be embarking on the hunt for the Sacred Ashes here, which will take us to Denerim very soon here. Before we continue on here, looks like we have a level up, so let's take care of that real quick here. Let's see. We'll get our strength up to 20 here, maybe get dexterity up a bit too. And then let's see, what do we want to give for her? Getting rid of traps might be good, because I think there's a lot of traps in, like, Haven, which we'll be going to soon. So maybe we should go ahead and do that real fast. Cool, because we'll probably be taking her to Haven here. But we'll see. And, let's see. So let's just go through and make sure we've done everything we want to do here before we leave the castle. Head off to camp. Pick up this codex here. Hey, Connor.
You're the one who saved me.
Yes, that's me.
Then, thank you. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I wish Mother were here. Nobody will tell me how she died. They say I'll find out when I'm older.
Yeah. Oh, your mother died. Sacrificing herself for you, Connor. To make up for her own mistakes. Seems like a pretty fair exchange of things. At least in Visella's eyes, anyway. I don't know why I just did that save there. I guess just because that would be like the major... I think just as a leftover save point from the major stuff that can go on. Hey, guard.
It's too bad Lady Isolde died. She was a decent sort, and the Jarl was sweet on her.
Yeah, well, someone had to pay the price. And it definitely wasn't going to be Visella by going to the circle. I mean, obviously we know in the game nothing really would have happened, but theoretically something could have happened, right? So, yeah.
At least working here, we get a roof over our head and the army's protection. If the Darkspawn come, we'll need it.
Yeah, I think we might be able to get the locket for Alistair right now.
It is begun. I could do that for you.
And I guess we get some loot right here. Sweet. Oh, yeah, portrait to give to Sten. Excellent. Oh, an Eamon's shield. That might be pretty good for Alistair here. Let's see. It's gonna be in here. Let's see. It's basically about the same, a little more fatigue. He gets more stamina and defense, but he loses the chance to avoid missile attacks. I don't know which would be better, to be honest, but I guess for now, I might try that out. Just for the sake of things. Let's see. Money, always good. Especially because we're going to be heading to Denerim here soon. We'll have lots of stuff to buy. Oh, Fox's bow. That might be good for Liliana here. Let's see. Liliana, let's see. What do you have? Oh, you cannot get this yet. Okay, well, yeah. Once you get 26 dexterity, what did it do? Okay, so we'll want to focus on dexterity. Maybe for you for a little bit for next level ups. Let's see what else we got around here. Now that we can go through the whole thing without getting attacked constantly.
That poor little boy. I just can't bear to think what he must have gone through.
Yeah, but at least he's alive, you know?
I hear you saved the Jarl's son. That's got to count for something.
Well, yeah, Visella certainly hopes so. She doesn't want all this effort to be done for nothing, right? The Stone Dragon Statuette. So I think, if I remember correctly, I think that might be for Alistair. I always forget that he likes, like, little carved, weird, cool things, because he really doesn't seem like he would be into that, you know? But For some reason he is. Let's see. Codex here. Did not mean to close the door. But I guess this way no one will see us.
I can do that for you.
Going in here and just looting. Not that they would do anything anyway, but you know, realistically, they probably wouldn't be terribly happy with all that I'm taking away from the castle while Arlemon's on his deathbed here. I don't know why they kept Elfrude in the vanity, but okay. And a book for, I think that's for Logain, right? If we get Logain, which we aren't going to go into this playthrough, so we'll probably just give that to whoever. Main floor. Have I gone through everything here? I think so.
As you say.
Now let's see. Who is to talk to, sir?
It is good you resolved this demon business. Now we must either revive the Arl or allow Bantegan to take his place.
Yep. Oh, and should mention as well, I made a few adjustments here to hopefully reduce the amount of noise that my mic is picking up here, so we'll see how this video goes. Hopefully it'll be a little bit nicer to listen to from here on out. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out setup here, get it all sorted out. Otherwise, hello.
It will take years to sort out the castle properly, if we even get the chance.
Yeah, but it looks like you guys have made a good start on it at least.
May God bless you, Grey Warden. You saved us all. You have.
Yes, I have. And you will all be indebted to me. And you will aid me against the Darkspawn.
I hear you saved the Arl's son.
I think somewhere here we're gonna find that locket for Alistair. I think that's the main important thing I know that we want to grab before we go, if we can. At least I think we can get it now. We might not be able to get it till after we rescue the Arl, but I'm not entirely sure. Just know that that's an important pickup from this castle, so I'm gonna make sure I don't miss it here. I might be going back the way I came, getting a little turned around here. We already got everything from in here. I still haven't cleaned up all the bodies. There's a lot of bodies. I might have missed it on the other floor, to be honest. Let me see. Courtyard. So we can go back to the dungeons, but I don't think we have a reason to really do so. I think I missed it on the second floor, or maybe I missed something on this floor over here. Go see. Over here, maybe? Oh yeah, here's a bunch of people. Oh, no, I missed Van Tegan when I came in here before.
You return. Might you have news?
Oh, not yet, sorry. Nothing yet, no.
Then I must resume my duties. The civil war continues, and Logain is no doubt angered Redcliffe has not been disabled. Good luck, my lady. You are a great and noble woman. I hope it continues to go well, for all our sakes.
I will try my best. Okay, I missed. Here we go. This is where we want to be. We got a lot of codexes to catch up on soon. Yes, here's the amulet I need. Okay, and once we get back to camp, we can give that to Alistair here. In the meantime, finish our looting rounds here. Hey, servant.
I wonder what happened to all the other castle servants that were here. Do you think they all died? Or did they run away?
Most of them I think are on the floor out there.
I could do that for you.
After they were killed, after being reanimated. Following their initial death.
I could do that for you.
So, probably best not to think about it too much. I would say... Oh, almost missed a codex over here. Okay, I think that's everything of note. Yeah, I guess I just like walked down here, I just completely missed all that. Okay. Well, let's head out to the courtyard this way, right? Because I don't think we really care about anything in the dungeons anymore. Just a bunch of dead bodies down there. Okay. Oop. Anything new out here? Nope. Okay, we'll just save all that real fast and then head off to
It is begun.
camp again. Yes.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
Alrighty then, Alistair. I think it turned out quite well, don't you?
I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much.
You're welcome.
Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
That's weird. I feel like he usually like gets all pissy that you killed Isolde and didn't like save both of them. I feel like that might have bugged there or something, because I feel like usually unless you like do the circle thing and save both of them, he gets pretty a little angry toward you. Like whether if you kill Connor, he gets angriest, and then if you kill like Isolde, he gets still a bit, but whatever. Still in his good graces, I guess, so worked out for Visella there. Alright, hey Griffin.
Oh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
I think he thinks you need more meat on your bones.
I think I have enough meat where it counts, and I certainly don't need it in my pack. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Don't do it again. You're a war dog, not a nursemaid. But you are a good dog, Griffin.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Yes, he is. He's a good dog. Let's see, Alistair, I guess let's give out whatever gifts we have to give out first. Hold on. Morgan, you want this ring?
Interesting.
Oh, I guess that was not for her. Whoops. Dwarven runes. I think that's for Alistair, actually, now that I think about it, because I think he likes that kind of stuff.
Is that for me?
Yes, okay, he does.
Really?
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, he likes carving stuff.
Wow.
Here, have this too.
Is that for me? Really? Wow.
Griffin can have the lamb bone. He's a good boy. And Sten can have this portrait.
I am impressed. My thanks.
And then Alistair can have the statuette.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna hold off on giving the Andraste's grace to Liliana because she hasn't talked to us about it yet, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And you will have this amulet, though, Alistair.
Oh, this is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you.
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Of course I remembered. You're special to me. I mean, you're the bastard of, like, king. And Visella wants power. And you have for power, Alistair.
I don't know what to say. You're special to me too. Thank you again.
Planting the seeds of romance. Alright. Let's do a traditional chat with you, Alistair.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
I wish this is perfect timing, because we are about to be heading to Denerim. Well, game will go, it's coming to him, I promise you.
No, I know that. That's not what I'm talking about. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
Have you contacted her?
No. I thought about writing her, but I never did. And then we were called down to Ostagar, and I never got the chance. She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
If you want to, we could try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Yep. Be good for Visella to meet her potential future sister. Though, as we know, that's actually not really the case, but anyways, let's see. Let me speak with Sten here, I guess.
Yes.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
Oh, no.
Then I suggest we move on.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
What's an Arishok?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
So he is your king?
Kunari have no kings.
What do you have, then?
Little patience for endless questions.
Why would the Canary care about the Blight?
Why do you?
Breldon is my home.
So if this blight were in Orlais, it could consume the land with impunity. Don't strain yourself pondering that. I do not know why the Arishok sent us. He commands and I go.
Did you find the answer to his question?
A portion of it.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
When are you going to do that?
Never. I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Let's go.
As you wish.
He didn't like my probing. Oh well. Leliana,
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
And why were you seeking safe harbor?
The Chantry does not pride, and you should. I desired time apart from the world. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Right then. I think that's all I have to talk about with you right now anyway. And then we just gotta go talk to Morgan here. See if there's anything new going on with her.
I await your command.
Oh, you warmed up to me quite a bit now. I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this for a long time then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the Chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
That's good. Such traditions need to be preserved.
I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you.
Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
And what do other animals think of you when you've changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
I think your abilities sound quite useful.
A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Yep. Alright, let's just see anything
I
else
await
for now.
your command.
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
No, not that.
I await your command.
So life in the wilds must have been very lonely?
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
But you eventually left?
Such simple pleasures will only enthrall for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
What would Visella think of this? Yeah, probably a good thing to teach that. Flemeth was right, no doubt.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Yeah, Visella and Morrigan are largely of one mind in a lot of ways here. Visella just is less blunt about it, less obvious about it, just, kind of hides behind her mask to help her manipulate others and everything. Anyways, they made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Alright. That'll do for now, Morrigan. Let's go see what we have to sell. Actually, first of all, might have some other level ups. Let's see, those that weren't with me. Anyone need leveling up? Nope. Okay. And let's just check if we need to give anyone some different gear here. Alistair, you don't want this sword, do you? No, you got something better, okay. Yeah, I think you got better stuff there, it looks like. Yes. What about Jen? Anything for you here? Not really. I think what you've got is better. So we'll just leave you with that. Okay. And then we didn't get any staffs or anything. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I forgot I have to look up the armor thing sometime because I always forget like some of the stats, how exactly they work. bit anyways. I might keep some of these other things just depending on where we might take Griffin later. Oh, armor. We might have some armor for some people, though. Yeah, this would be better than what you've got. What are other people's gloves looking like? You've already got that on. Yeah, I could do with some studded leather gloves here. I think you've got like kind of a set going on, so I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much good. We just maybe have this stuff to give to someone, maybe. You already have amulets. No, not really. Everyone's got amulets, I believe. Okay. I guess we are good to do some selling and maybe a little enchanting if there's anything to enchant. Why are they facing the other way? Like they don't usually face the other way like this. This is weird.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
What were you two doing? Why were you looking over there? Anyways, let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, let me sell off all the stuff we don't really need right now. Make some room. But I'm gonna keep the electricity one. I think I might get rid of this one though. I don't need this. I'll just get rid of all that for now. Let's see. I don't need these lesser cells. I think this is just for selling. And that's probably about good. Let's see, anything I want to buy right now? Oh, I think I need distillation agents to make stuff, so let me buy a few of those. Oh, and there was yeah, this I wanted to buy from you, right? Yes. Hold on, let me give that to Visella here, I think. Yeah, that'll be good for you. What do you use Morgan using? What she's got is better, so we can sell that staff.
Something
here.
you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
Let me just go back.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Sell this staff off. Okay. So we did use a lot of poultices there, so I'm gonna craft some more here, I think. Liliana could use some rings, but we don't have anything for her really. That one's really expensive, can't do that yet. This would be useful, but we don't have anywhere near that strength on anyone yet, so not really necessary. Anything else interesting in here? Not really, I think just there's some decent armor in here. I don't know how much worthwhile it is to get. Let me see what Liliana's got going on. I mean, this would help her, but it's pretty expensive. I don't really want to spend the money on that right now. Yeah, I feel like I'd rather hold on to my money for right now, probably. How does this compare for Alistair? Oh, he doesn't have anywhere near amount of strength. Okay, so we're good for now, I think. And let me see, they might be able to enchant Alistair's blade here.
Enchantment?
Yeah.
Enchantment!
Let's see, yeah, because that has a slot, so let's see what we have here. I guess I'll just give you this, because it's the only journeyman one I have right now. That'll work. Alright then, let's save all that up. And then can I see the world map? Just want to see where we're gonna go next. Because obviously we're heading toward Denerim, because Visella's main goal right now is just to revive Earl Eamon, since she's mostly just really focused on wanting to win his allegiance. So we're gonna go for this in the Sacred Ashes, but just want to see if there's any side quest stuff along the way. There are some side quest things, I think, here, so we might stop by some of those real fast. Before I continue on, let me just catch up on the codexes real quick, because they've kind of piled up throughout going through Redcliffe, so might be good to just go through those real fast here. Yeah, this is just the different creatures we fought. And this is more body dominance. Yeah, so the Mari Dominance, yeah, just gives us some benefits, powers, Griffin here. So we have apostates, we know what those are, the commandments of the Maker, founding of the Chantry. So Cordelia Strachan, king of the city-state of Orlais, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year -15 Ancient, the young king began his construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastian belief to the world. In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Draken knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais. His first act as emperor to declare the Chantry as the established Andrastian religion of the empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Alessa of Mont Simar was elected to lead the new Chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended and the divine age began. From Ferelden, by Sister Patrine. Oh, that's right, she's another one that does some of this stuff here too, like Brother Genitivi. And then demonic possession, yeah, we know that they like to possess, so they can experience the physical world. Blood magic, the forbidden school. Foul corrupt are you who have taken my gift and turned it against my children. So the ancient Divinders did not originally consider blood magic a school of its own, rather they saw it as a means to achieve greater power in any school of magic. The name of course refers to the fact that magic of this type saves life, or uses life, specifically in the form of blood instead of mana. It was common practice at one time for a magistrate to keep a number of slaves on hand so that, should he undertake the working of a spell that was physically beyond his abilities, he could use the blood of his slaves to bolster the casting. Over time, however, the Imperium discovered types of spells that could only be worked by blood. Although Lyrium will allow a mage to send his conscious mind into the Fade, blood would allow him to find the sleeping minds of others, view their dreams, and even influence or dominate their thoughts. Just as treacherous, blood magic allows the veil to be opened completely so that demons may physically pass through it into our world. The rise of the Chant of Light and the subsequent fall of the Old Imperium has led to blood magic being all but stamped out, as it should be, for it poses nearly as great a danger to those who would practice it as to the world at large. Yep, but Visella is going to be making use of that once she gets to her second specialization here. I've never really toyed much with the blood magic in Origins, because like I mentioned, my first playthrough I played a mage and I didn't, actually my first playthrough I wanted to unlock blood magic, but I didn't realize I had to go into the Fade and like make a deal with the demon. Instead she just straight up killed Connor because she didn't want to risk anything, and then later on I realized like, oh, I would have had to go into the Fade there to get access to blood magic, so I was locked out. And then other playthroughs, I just haven't really bothered with my companions because I just Haven't really found it to be something that I really wanted to focus on with them, but this playthrough we're gonna give it a bit of a shot and see. I don't know if it'll be any good though, because obviously like we're gonna have to like draw from our health, so I don't know if it'll really like be terribly viable in this game, because health, you know, can decrease really quickly on these hard difficulties, but we'll see. We'll play around with it. So Fate's calendar. Yeah, just talking about the different ages and whatnot. I might want to go through this real quick. Okay, so right now it's 930 Dragon Age. Each day is actually 100 years. Alright. Okay, and we're still in the Dragon Age, obviously, in all the other games, and the timeline is not too long right now, I think. Even, I'm not sure how long Dragon Age 4 is from Inquisition, but I don't think it's too much longer, because Solus is still kicking about doing his stuff, so we'll see about that later, though. Anyways, History of Ferelden, Chapter 1. So, Ferelden, as we think of it now, did not exist before the Exalted Age. Instead, the valley was divided up into dozens of old Alamari clans. They warred constantly with one another over land, honor, the allegiance of the freeholders, and, on one notable occasion, the name given to a favorite Mabari. And then, in the 33rd year of the Exalted Age, Callan had... Terran, I think? Became... Well, no, I guess Callan had Theron? Became Terran of Denerim, and everything changed. Most of what we know about the founding of our nation comes from old songs that the bards passed down through the ages. The songs are filled with wild exaggerations and outright lies, but this hardly differs from the scholarly papers of some of my contemporaries. There was no agreement among poets or scholars on how he did it, but Callan had gained the support of the Circle of Magi, and they crafted for him a suit of silver-white armor that by all accounts repelled both arrow and blade. Callan had led his army across the valley and captured Redcliffe, one of only 3 men who ever successfully laid siege to that fortress, and presented himself to the bands of the Landsmeet as their king. The poets tell us that every lord knelt before Callan had without question. The fact that he attended the Landsmeet surrounded by ash warriors and loyal mages of the Circle is generally omitted from the ballads, however. From Callanhead came the line of Theron kings and queens who reigned uninterrupted until the 44th year of the Blessed Age, when the Orlesian invasion came. The rightful king was forced to flee Denerim, and for 70 years a puppet sat upon the throne. Yeah, that's covered in the books, which I did read those first couple books, and like, I think I mentioned in a previous video, I did not really care for them, so I haven't really read any of the other books, but I heard apparently they do get better with some of the other writers, but, so I might try them eventually, but we'll see. Anyways, yes, that's Sister Bertrine again, and Geography of Ferelden. So, the Kingdom of Ferelden is the southernmost civilized nation in Thedas, although some scholars dispute that claim to civilization. It is perhaps the most physically isolated of all the kingdoms of Thedas. To the east is the Amaranthine Ocean, to the north the Waking Sea, and to the south the Korkari Wilds, which in the summer months are a vast peat bog, and in the winter become a treacherous labyrinth of iced-over waterways. The Frostback Mountains guard the western border, and only a narrow plain between the mountains and the sea allows travel between Ferelden and Orlais. Most of the land in the central portion of the kingdom, called the Banorn, is open plains. These are crossed by the remnants of an ancient Tevinter highway that once connected Valoreo with Ostagar on the edge of the Korkari Wilds. The western part of Ferelden is dominated by Lake Callanhead, a huge caldera filled by the runoff of glaciers from nearby mountains. Lake Callanhead is home to the famed fortress of Redcliffe, as well as the Circle Tower, which houses Ferelden's Circle of Magi. In the east is the vast Brazilian forest, which the superstitious locals profess to be haunted, and from which rises the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain that guards the capital city of Denerim. And Lake Callanhead. So the waters of Lake Callanhead are steeped in legends. The Avar people say that it was once the site of Belenus, the mountain which stood at the center of the world, from which Korth, the mountain father, surveyed the earth and sky. But it was destroyed in the battle between Korth and the serpent Nathramar, leaving only a vast crater behind. When the Lady of the Sky saw that Belenus was gone, she wept, and her tears filled the crater, making the lake. The Vinderers believed that the waters of Callanhead were blessed by Razakale, god of mysteries, and that those who drank from them were granted special insights. This was why they built the Great Tower on an island in the middle of the lake, hoping the powers of the lake would aid their magical research. But most of us know the legend of King Callanhead, which gives the place its name. It is said that Callanhead Theron spent a year and a day in the power of the Magi. Each day he drew a single cupful of water from the lake and carried it to the Formari at the top of the tower. By magic, each cup of water was forged into a single ring of the mail armor the Circle gave to Callanhead. In that armor, made from the lifeblood of the land itself, no blade could strike him, no arrow pierce him, so long as he stood on Ferelden's soil. Wonder how much of that is actually true, because obviously magic is real in this world, so a lot of these myths can actually be more true than, you know, in our world, right? But still interesting either way. So Elysian Empire. There are many lords and ladies in Valrayo, and I mean this literally. Once the system of noble titles in Orlais was labyrinthine, there were barons and I don't know, how do you distinguish those barons and barons, maybe? And baronets and sir barons and a horde of others, each with its own origins and its own nuances of comparison. The Orlesian aristocracy is ancient and much given to competition. All the nobility play the grand game, as it is known, whether they wish to or not. It is a game of reputation and patronage, where moves are made with rumors and scandal as the chief weapon. Stella would definitely do well there, if she ever went to Orlais. Anyways, no gentle game this. More blood has been drawn as a result of the grand game than any war the Orlesians have fought. This I am assured by almost every gentleman here. As far as titles went, everything changed with the coming of Emperor Draken, or Drakon, I'm just gonna say Draken, who established the Orlesian Empire as it exists now and who created the Chantry. There is no more venerated figure in Orlais. In Valrayo, the statue of Draken stands as tall as the statue of Andraste. Draken determined that the grand game was tearing Orlais apart, so he abolished all titles besides his own, and Lord and Lady. I am told with some twittering amusement this action did not end the grand game as Draken had intended. Now the lords and ladies collected unofficial titles rather than official ones, such as the exalted patron of Tassus Clay or uncle to the champion of Tremis. It is a headache to remember such titles, and one wishes to think of the poor doorman at the balls who must rattle them off as each guest enters the room. The aristocracy is different from Ferelden in other ways as well. The Orlesians' right to rule stems directly from the Maker. There exists neither the concept of rule by merit nor the slightest notion of rebellion. If one is not noble, one aspires to be, or at least aspires to be in the good graces of a noble, and is ever watching for a way to enter the patronage of those better placed in the grand game. And then there are the masks, and the cosmetics. I have not seen so much paint since the kennels at Highover, but that is another story. Yeah, the Orlesians look freaking ridiculous in Inquisition from what I remember. Anyways, let's see. Redcliffe. So, King Calenhad Theron once famously declared, "The fate of Redcliffe is the fate of all Ferelden." Certainly the castle was the first and last defense for the sole land road into Ferelden, and the country has never fallen to any force that did not first capture Redcliffe. The castle, which despite being 3 times captured is popularly described as unassailable, also guards one of the largest and most prosperous towns in Ferelden. Redcliffe village is well situated near the mountain pass to Orzammar and the Orlesian border, and so serves as a center of foreign trade. For these reasons, Redcliffe is accounted an Arling despite the smallness of the domain. The inhabitants of Redcliffe village are primarily fishermen or merchants who ship dwarven goods through the pass from Orlais to Denerim. When the entire village smells of smoked fish on certain late autumn mornings, the merchants in their finery do their utmost to pretend otherwise. It's interesting though, it's supposed to be like a pretty popular spot because it just seems really small in this game. I feel like in Inquisition, from what I remember, like when you go to Redcliffe, it definitely seems like much more like a bustling, popular place. Though to be fair, I guess most of them did get killed off by the corpses, so that could kind of make sense. Anyways, everything for culture and history for now. Let's see, just characters. It's just gonna be some updates to things. Nothing even in there right now. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is just updating with things that happened here and things we learned. And then Ballad of Islay. Let's see, The Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 1. This might be a little interesting. So, prior to the crowning of King Calenhad, Ferelden was little more than a collection of independent Arlings and Ternaires that warned on each other constantly over petty matters. Calenhad was born in 510 Exalted as the third son of a Highover merchant on hard times. He was eventually sent to a distant cousin, a poor young knight named Sir Foranen, who made Calenhad his squire and dog handler. As the tale goes, Sir Foranen and his squire became caught up in one of the wars of unity at the time. Arl Mirden was a strong but generally disliked man who was making a bid for kingship. Foranen's own lord, a young fool of an Arl named Tenedor no older than Calenhad, was besieged by Mirden's forces at his castle, today known as Westhill. When Mirden called Tenedor out to parley, the young Earl asked for a volunteer from among the squires, someone who could masquerade as Tenedor in the parley party. Calenhad kneeled before Tenedor and asked for the honor. Much to Tenedor's and Sir Foranen's dismay, Calenhad immediately identified himself to Arl Mirden. When asked by the Earl why he was here, Calenhad explained that he had been asked to take the place of his lord. The Earl said that he had planned to kill Tenedor. Was Calenhad willing to die in his lord's place as well? Calenhad impressed Mirden and his allies by saying that he was. Mirden offered Calenhad a place at his own squire, but Calenhad refused, saying that if Mirden had planned on betraying the right of parley, he was no man of honor. Mirden's allies laughed at that, and Mirden himself conceded that Calenhad had a point. He allowed Calenhad to return to the castle safely and launched his final assault. During the assault, both Tenedor and Ferraina were killed, but Count had found himself in one-on-one combat with Arl Mirrodin. In front of all of Mirrodin's allies, Count had defeated the Arl and commanded he call off his armies. The Arl asked Count had who he professed to serve now, if both his knight and his lord were dead, to which Count had replied that he would do as his honor bade him to, for he had nothing else. You are not a man known for your honor, Count had said, but I believe you wish to be. You allowed me to live once, and so now I do the same for you. Perhaps if more of our people lived by honor, we would learn to trust each other long enough to live together. And with that, Calenhead withdrew his sword. I am humbled by your words, Earl Mirrodin told Calenhead, dropping to one knee. To his allies he shouted that he now knew he would never be king, but he knew who should be. With that, Mirrodin pledged allegiance to Calenhead, whom he named Terran and ruler of Tenedor's lands. And then we have the history of the Chantry, Chapter 2. Let's see, so when the prophet Andraste and her husband, Mafareth, arrived at the head of their barbarian horde, southern Tevinter was thrown into chaos. The Imperium had defended against invasions in the past, but now they stood without the protection of their gods, with their army in tatters and their country devastated by the Blight. Many felt that the timing of the invasion was yet another of the Maker's miracles in Andraste's campaign to spread his divine word. Andraste was more than simply the wife of a warlord. After all, she was also the betrothed of the Maker. Enraptured by the melodic sound of her voice as she sang to the heavens for guidance, the Maker himself appeared to Andraste and proposed that she come with him, leaving behind the flawed world of humanity. In her wisdom, Andraste pleaded with the Maker to return to his people and create paradise in the world of men. The Maker agreed, but only if all of the world would turn away from the worship of false gods and accept the Maker's divine commandments. Armed with the knowledge of the one true God, Andraste began the exalted march into the weakened Imperium. One of the Maker's commandments, that magic should serve man rather than rule over him, was as honey to the souls of the downtrodden of Tevinter who lived under the thumbs of the Magisters. Word of Andraste's exalted march, of her miracles and military successes, spread far and wide. Those in the Imperium who felt the old gods had abandoned them eagerly listened to the words of the Maker. Those throngs of restless citizens that destroyed temples now did so in the name of the Maker and his prophet, Andraste. As Mathareth's armies conquered the lands of southern Tevinter, so did Andraste's words conquer hearts. It is said that the Maker smiled on the world at the Battle of Valerian Fields, in which the forces of Mathareth challenged and defeated the greatest army Tevinter could muster. The southern reaches of the mighty Imperium now lay at the mercy of barbarians. Faith in the Maker, bolstered by such miracles, threatened to shake the foundations of the Imperium apart. Of course, the human heart is more powerful than the greatest weapon, and when wounded, it is capable of the blackest of deeds. Yep, and that's when Mathareth will be betraying, I believe, in the Chapter 3. But anyways, First Blight, Chapter 2. So people today have little concept of the consequences of the second sin. Oh, believe me when I say that when asked, pious, chantry-going folk will curse the use of foul magic, spitting and snapping their fingers, but none live today who actually remember the horror that was unleashed so very long ago. Whatever records might have existed regrettably did not survive the chaos and ignorance that was to follow. We have only the tales of survivors handed down through the murky ages and the dogma of the chantry to instruct us, and that is precious little indeed. I believe I'm not understating when I say that the second sin unleashed the bane of all life upon Thetis. The Darkspawn are more virulent than the first plague, a heartless force of nature that came into our world like an ill wind. We know from accounts of later blights, as these Darkspawn invasions came to be called, never has a more appropriate name existed, that the Darkspawn spread disease and famine wherever they tread. The earth itself is corrupted by their presence, the sky rolling with angry black clouds. I do not exaggerate, my friends, when I say that a mass gathering of Darkspawn is an omen of dread cataclysm. It is said that those cursed Magisters who became the first Darkspawn scratched at the very earth to find solace in the darkness of the dwarven deep roads, and there in the shadows they multiplied. Whether by intelligent design or by some last vestige of worship in their minds, they attempted to locate the old gods they had once served. They found what they sought. Dumont first among the old gods, once known as the Dragon of Silence before the Maker imprisoned him and all his brethren beneath the earth for the first sin, usurping the Maker's place in mankind's heart. The slumbering dragon awoke, freed from the Maker's prison by his twisted followers, and became corrupted himself. Dumont was transformed into the first archdemon, his great and terrible power given will by a rotting, unholy mind. With the Darkspawn horde following, Dumont rose and took wing in the skies once again, bringing ruin to the world the Maker had created. The old god had become the eye of a dark storm that would ravage the entire world. And then Journal of the Tranquil. Let's see, what's this? Some laugh at me, I no longer mind. Once upon a time, I studied as they did. I learned under the tutelage of an enchanter and attempted to master the art of bending magic to my will, and while I did well enough, I know that I struggled. I saw the way the enchanter looked at me, the silent glances of worry and disappointment. While other apprentices were conjuring fire, I could barely light a candle. I was frightened of magic. When I was a boy, my grandmother regaled me with tales of the terrible Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds. She told me of the Magisters and how their evil magic infected the world with the Darkspawn. She told me of demons and how they were drawn to the dreams of those who possessed magic like moths to a flame. She told me all these things because she said the talent ran in our family's blood, and so it ran in mine. All my young life I had threaded the thought right to the Maker that I was not so cursed, but I knew otherwise. Deep in my heart, I knew. When the Templars came to our home, I knew. The Mage's Tower was terrifying, full of secrets and danger. The Templars glared at me as if I could spring full into an abomination before their very eyes. My enchanter patiently attempted to teach me to marshal my willpower. My only defense should have been an attempt to enslave me, but it was no use. How many nights did I cry myself to sleep in that dark and lonely place? Then my heroine came at last, my final test. Face a demon, they said, or submit to the rite of tranquility. They would sever my connection to the Fade, and thus I would never dream, and no demon could ever touch me, but I would also be able to do magic, and I would never feel an emotion ever again. Facing the demon was certain death, so my choice was easy. It was not so painful. Now I serve in other ways. We tranquil manage the archives. We run the tower, purchase the supplies, and maintain the accounts. Our condition also allows us to use the magical element lyrium without ill effect, and thus we are the ones who enchant the magical items. We are the merchants who sell these items to those the circle permits, and the coin from those sales provides the circle's wealth. Thus we tranquil are vital. The young and old may stare at me, ill at ease, but they'd be worse off without me. They may think me a failure, but there's no horror for me now. I feel no fear of what I am. The shadows are merely shadows, and I am content. Ed and the meat, tranquil with the circle of magi of Starcape and the free marches. Yeah, the tranquil thing is always kind of interesting because it's like on the one hand it's like kind of like really horrible, but on the other hand, like you can kind of see the perspective of someone like this maybe as well in a way in this world, you know, where like being a mage can be like a really dangerous thing, so it's kind of an interesting conflict there. Anyways, cautionary tales for the adventurous. Not sure what this is. It was then that he realized he wasn't alone. Oh, is this just like a story? I think this is just about like if you lay down like in the camp and like a wraith might come upon you, which does happen in the Brazilian forest in that one area, so it's just something about that. Anyways, notes. Let's see. Graffiti in Redcliffe's Tavern. Don't eat the cheese. Right then. And then, okay, these are the love letters that we find for the one quest. Which I don't think we picked up the quest yet, but we will eventually. But yeah. My darling Reginald, I burned for you and because of you. Please use the enclosed tincture if our love is to endure. Sari. And then, you are filthy, a beast, such depravity I've never been forced to suffer. How words are so laden when they leave your lips is beyond decent imagining. Madam, I love you. Struggle. Yeah, those are always funny to read. And then just, okay, this is just controls. And then quest related, what is this? The Mages Collective. Let's see, so despite the loyalist grasp on the mages' political community, many libertarians and aquitarians have begun to see eye to eye with respect to the Chantry's role in a mage's daily life. A growing number of mages, particularly those whose magic never strays from the Maker's mandate, feel that the Chantry's constant oversight is a burden upon their creativity and their very will, and one that hinders their ability to do their work. These mages, along with a number of hedge wizards who work their arts outside the Chantry's influence, have formed a shadow guild of sorts, a mages collective where members can submit requests and have them be seen to without judgment. This collective manages to work in relative secrecy, their members discreet and their clients anonymous. As of yet, this collective has seen no sanction from the Templars, and there's been no sign that its members are practicing magic of which the Maker would not approve. Still, practicing magic outside of the influence of the Chantry is a dream for some and a dangerous notion for others, and many believe that it is only a matter of time before the veil of secrecy is lifted and the mages collective is brought to swift and brutal justice. Yeah, I don't know if we ever hear anything about them in the later games. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that in Origins where I feel like, you know, it'd be interesting to learn more about them. Anyways, so I think we're pretty much wrapped up here for right now, so let's decide who we're gonna be running with here in Denerim and head out.
It shall be done.
Let's see, so who do we want to bring to Denerim? Well, obviously, Alistair wants to come because he wants to see his sister. And, let's see. I think there might be some places for Griffin to mark, so it might be a nice idea to bring him again. And who else shall we take? I feel like might be nice to bring Morrigan along for a little bit. Give her a chance to see the city.
Indeed.
So she can come along, I suppose. And I guess that will be our party for now. I think that'll work out. Okay. let's see, and then we will head out. So on the way over to Denerim here, we've got a couple side quests we can stop off and do. So let's go here first of all to the caravan. And now it's cutscene time.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
Oh, that's right, this is Severin's entrance to the story.
Crows send their regards. An assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
Evil bastards plotting together. Hey Severin, though. We'll be buddies soon. I love that it goes ahead and gives us a codex on him. Anyways, let me save, because so in case something goes on here. I forget what this quest is about.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Darkspawn, you don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
Oh, that's right. These are the ones who are, like, gonna, like, expose the collective, I think? What's the message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the
this one,
Brazilian
okay.
forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Yeah, okay, so this is, yeah, we're defending this guy. I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
Why not let us deliver your message?
I suppose that's alright. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
I love how easy that is since I got all the persuasion. I don't have to fight you guys at least, so I wonder if we lose out on some loot for that. But anyways, we are going to Denerim, so I'm not lying about that, but we are not going to deliver the message. But let's see, what is the quest? Is that? Oh, you tracked in the adventures and put a stop to their questionable testimony. Return to the Mage's Collective for your reward. Okay, so that was pretty simple. Yeah, putting all those points into persuasion early really does speed some things along, doesn't it?
As you say.
I think I usually end up having to fight those guys. Anyways, let's
I shall
go.
do it.
Oh, wait, that was... Okay, that was another event. Okay, so the caravan is a different thing. I was wondering, I was like, it seemed like a caravan. Okay, so we actually had, like, the cutscene and then another event. I didn't realize you could get, like, the two in the same thing. Okay, and then... Oh, this is the caravan that, like, got attacked, I think. I think this is for the Chanter's Board or something. Oh, we got an emissary. That's gonna be just lovely. Let me... Crazy. Oh, he's not have much health. So, yeah, but there's another one over here. They're not yellow, I guess, so yeah, there's a yellow alpha there. Still should get him, though. Where am I? Let me move away from all these dudes. I need to kill you. Oop. Gonna be draining me and I'm not gonna be able to heal. Oh, that's right. This is the spell, like, you can't heal when this is on you, so that's why I usually get something like Force Field where you can't take damage, so I can use it with this. But anyways, I might be in trouble here, but let's see. Unfortunately, I can't get those guys frozen. I think I hopefully should have enough health to survive this curse, hopefully. Oh! Griffin almost died there. I wasn't paying attention.
I shall do it.
My bad, Griffin. We got the alpha going on over here. Fortunately, I still cannot heal. Yeah, it just moves with me. It's not like a hex one like okay. Yeah. Personal mortality is tough. Thankfully, I was not getting attacked by anyone else. So I had just enough health to survive that. But yeah, I do need to get like that force field spell or something so I can deal with that. Or actually, what I need actually is the purge magic stuff for Alistair here. Or possibly for me with some of the stuff I can get.
As you say.
When I don't have Alistair with me, though I'll probably have Alistair with me most of the time this playthrough. Since he's a particular interest to Visella and she wants to generally keep him by her side. And just in general, he's usually relevant to a lot of the plot stuff. And he's just a good, nice tank to keep along with us. Soak up all the damage.
It is begun.
Yes, I think this is a Chanter's Board one, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we just have to return the news of their death. Fair enough. Alright, onward now.
It shall be done.
To the refugees. Let me get another encounter here. What is this going to be? Oh, is this going to be Zevran already? Yep.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us.
Well, that was fast.
I'll take you to them.
Zevran went to work fast setting this up for us. Okay then. Let's see. Yeah, he probably could have killed us if he wasn't so, like, upfront about it. Yeah, he's just, like, overconfident here.
The Grey Warden dies here!
Yeah, he could have, like, just, like, sent an arrow at us or something and, like, just, like, taken us out, like, real easy, but he decided to be really cocky and showy about how he was gonna kill us, I guess. Anyways, okay, so this is gonna require some careful considerations here. I think everyone on Zevran for right now. And I will freeze him. Oh, he went down fast. Oh, their mage over there. Oof. Chain lightning. Get you. Shoot. Let's see. Alistair, I think you're gonna have to drink poultice here.
Here.
Let's see.
Careful. Oh, this should.
And then we just got the archers now, I think.
Now we get our hands dirty.
Alistair, heal you up. Oh, I think they might be getting on the. Oh, Alistair's on a trap. That's why he's losing so much health here. You know, we don't have Liliana with us to get rid of the traps right now.
Yeah.
Is that everyone? That might be everyone here. Yep. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, even if my character would realistically maybe just kill him, I usually just wake him anyway, just because I like having Zevran as a companion, but I think Visella definitely would want to know, like, who sent him and, like, figure things out, right? So, yeah. So it makes sense for her anyway.
What? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
That could be easily rectified.
Of that I have no doubt. You are most skilled. If you haven't killed me, however, you must have kept me alive for some purpose, yes?
Seem awfully glib for a prisoner.
It is my way, or so I am told. Let's see then. I assume you kept me alive to ask me some questions, yes? If so, let me save you time and get right to the point. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then.
If you had failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
What are the Antivan Crows?
An order of assassins, of course, out of Antiva. I suppose you wouldn't hear much of them out here, but where I come from, we're rather infamous.
You came all the way from Antiva?
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Aren't you at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
I'm listening. Make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the Crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the Crows pause. So, let me serve you instead.
You must think I'm royally stupid.
I think you're royally tough to kill, and utterly gorgeous. Not that I think you'll respond to simple flattery, but there are worse things in life than serving the whims of a deadly sex goddess.
It's always so funny how your son hugs you when you're a female here. Anyways, yeah, because I think if you're a dude, I don't. I mean, he will flirt with you if you're a dude, but I don't think he does so quite right here. Anyways, can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
And what's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Won't they come after you?
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it?
Why would I want your service?
Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan Crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I could also stand around and look pretty if you prefer. Warm your bed. Fend off unwanted suitors, no?
No.
I like a woman who knows exactly what she wants. I really do. So, what shall it be? I'll even shine armor. You won't find a better deal, I promise.
What do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
Very well, I accept your offer.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Oh, this line, you're here, aren't you? Collecting cast-offs is what I do. Technically, yeah, it is kind of what she does at this point. Plus, you know, his knowledge about the crows and everything probably is something Visella would be interested in order to help ensure that she doesn't get them again. But anyways, don't worry about it. We could use him.
Alright, I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
A fine plan, but I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone. I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Welcome aboard, Zevran. Won't take you along right now. We'll see you back at camp after we've gone through Denerim here. Anyways, let us loot the area here, as is our custom.
I shall do it.
Hey, Crow, hopping along all weird. Oh, Codex, Red Jenny. Can't say I'm a big fan of Sarah and Inquisition, which is what that makes me think of, but anyways, not relevant for right now.
It shall be done.
Alrighty then. Okay. Oh, that's right. Now we still got the side quest first before we go to lots of little things going on the road here. Oh, I guess we need to try and save these people. Let me get a little closer. Oh crap, well I can't really do anything about the curse of mortality because I have not gotten Alistair Purge Magic yet. So yeah, but is that the emissary? Yeah. Everyone on the emissary for right now. Don't know if I'll be able to save many of you guys here, but if we can get the emissary out, that'll be the biggest threat down.
There is no glory in touch.
Alistair, take a heal. Take another heal. Ooh, Alistair, drink. Drink up. Yes. Oh, gosh, Alistair, you're getting pummeled over there. All on you right now. Let's see if we can do something about that.
As you said.
Jeez, drink up a big one there. Oh, I forgot to craft. I knew I was forgetting something. I had a feeling. I bought stuff to craft, but I didn't actually craft any more purchases. I should probably rectify that here soon. Oh, they're surrounding me and I don't have enough mana to Mind Blast. That's awkward. There we go. Mind Blast. out of here. Lyrium, repeal. Shoot, I do not have enough to cone a cold right now. Run away. Drink. Get him. Gosh, I need more mana, I might have to turn off frost weapons at some point here. I don't know if it's really... I'm not sure how much mana it's taken up. Might not be worth it, I don't know.
No quarter shall be given.
Oh, come on. Get him. Okay, almost cleared. I think most of the people died, but at least none of us died. Yeah, I think this one lady is the only survivor. You are the one lucky survivor, man.
I thought we were done for certain.
Yeah, well, everyone else is, but at least you survived.
Very well.
Bring back news of everyone else's deaths. So, you know, that's something.
As you say.
Anyways, I'm just gonna loot everything, if you don't mind. Okay, I wonder when we're gonna get that quest for Shale. Hopefully before we get around to going to Orzammar, because I'd like to take her with me when I go there.
As you say.
Let's see this up real fast. And, yeah, I guess good luck, man. Yeah. Let us go to Denerim now. Probably get another encounter here on the way. But nope, we're actually gonna get somewhere without getting interrupted. Amazing. Alright, well, okay, so this seems like a decent stopping point for now. So I'm gonna go take a break real fast. And then when I come back, we will be exploring Denerim and, you know, moving on in our story here. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later.